Okay, this is example 2 of Hess's law. We have barium sulfate plus water gives us barium oxide and sulfuric acid. And we're going to do this, calculate this in 2 steps. So let's just go through and see what we have that we can work with. We have barium sulfate in our reactants. So we go down here and find barium sulfate. The only problem is this is on the product side down here. So we are going to have to reverse this reaction in order to get this on the reactant side. The next thing is water. And we'll circle the water. That's on the reactant side here, and we have water here on the reactant side. So that works out fine. We have barium oxide on the product side. So I'll put maybe 2 lines under that. Over here we have barium oxide. It's on the reactant side, so that too needs to be reversed. And then we have sulfuric acid on the product side here, and we have sulfuric acid on the product side here. So that's fine. Okay, so what that tells us is reaction number 1 is fine. We don't have to change it. Reaction number 2 needs to be reversed. So I'm just going to go down and rewrite both of these reactions and put them in the order that we need them. So we're going to have SO3 plus H2O gives us sulfuric acid. And the delta H for that reaction is negative 78.2 kilojoules. Then in the second reaction, we have to reverse it. So we have barium sulfate yields barium oxide and SO3. Okay, and now the delta H for that reaction has to be reversed because we reversed the reaction. So now instead of a negative 213 kilojoules, we have positive 213 kilojoules. So, 0 there. Okay. Now let's go through and make sure everything adds up the way it needs to. We have SO3 here on the reactant side, and we have SO3 on the product side, so those two cancel each other out. And then what we're left with on the reactant side is barium sulfate and water. So we'll put those two together. And then on the product side, we have sulfuric acid and barium oxide. So BaO plus H2SO4. Now go back and see if this is what we need for our original equation. Barium sulfate, water, barium oxide, and sulfuric acid. So that looks correct. So now we just take these two enthalpies and add them together. So we have negative 78.2 kilojoules plus 213 kilojoules. Of course, the easiest way to do this, you can put in your calculator, or you can say 213 minus 78, whichever you want to do. And the answer I got for this was positive 134.8 kilojoules. Okay, so that is how you do example 2.